Today I am showcasing Drizzt. I just want to get to Mythic. Yesterday I got tired of trying to play other stuff, and I went from I dropped a little bit, so I went to 16, 23 trophies or something, and I climbed to 1850, and then I lost 2, and stopped playing for the night. But I gained basically 220 trophies in an hour. So this is the deck list that I was doing it with. I made some changes from the first list. So my current iteration, I'm running 2 shields up. It's just really strong for keeping your legendaries alive, and it combos extremely well with Untested Rookie. And also, if you have the Herald and you give it to the Uncontested Rookie that's survived and now is a 4/4, you can get multiple procs pretty easily. I'm running the Matron Malice now. There's a 3/1 with Ward. Can't block at the end of your turn. If 4 more creatures enter the graveyard, summon it from your grave. So if you just have a big board exchange, she comes back, and then you can trigger some more cats in the future. If you go second, Birds of Paradise is so OP in this list because you have 1 fragile mana gem, then you get a second one. So on the second turn of yours, you can drop a 4-drop hasting legendary, and it's very hard to deal with. Pure the Dreamer. So with growth and with shields up and with the very powerful 2-drops we have, this card can grow out of control and just give you some early procs. And even if it just gets 1 trade, it's not bad. I'm now running the Tarmogoyf. All the other Drizzt decks are running Tarmogoyf, so I have no choice. I have to keep up with the same amount of threat density that they have. And since we run spells and traps and creatures, it's very easy to trigger. And also we have artifacts if we get them off of Inferno. And so just dropping a 2-drop giant creature is really strong. We have Tusker because it has a ton of stats on 2 for no reason. The giant growth to keep the legendaries alive, keep up the pressure. We have the Grudge match to just remove things out of the way of our legendaries, to buff our legendaries, and it's just good removal. Herald gives something the legendary trait to keep triggering Drizzt. Watchwolf is the craziest 2-drop in the game because it's a 3/4, so it just trades and persists forever, and is also a good Herald target because you'll get multiple triggers most likely. Stoneforge Mystic will just steal games. You can give a creature +4/+1. You can give a creature sneak. You can give a creature flying. You can give it relentless, and so it keeps up the threat density and makes sure that you keep having your procs with your legendary creatures. Path to Exile, I don't like the card that much, but it's fine in this deck because you're going so aggressive and you're just trying to get the stuff out the way to win the game. Hero's Call, Drizzt is only supposed to have 6 legendaries, but between Hero's Call and Herald, you basically have a third of your deck that is legendary. It's so stupid. So you drop a legendary creature, reduce its cost by 2. So even if you play this on turn 5, there's a good chance you'll get a legendary that's a 4-drop haster, which is very strong. And then we have Inferno, flying haste. When it attacks, summon a random artifact equal to Inferno's power and set its charges to 1. So if you buff this with giant growth or a Stoneforge Mystic, then you can get some really crazy artifacts, and it has flying, so it's going to trigger multiple times. Zozu is just another hasting legendary that just continues to get bigger and is super obnoxious. Tajic is another 4-drop haster. Prevent all damage enemy spells and traps would deal to other friendly creatures until your next turn when it attacks, and it's just beefy. Like I said, it has haste, so it's a lot of threats. So 6-drop 6/6 demon flying debut. You can choose one of these 3 deals, so you can deal 3 damage to yourself to either draw 2 cards, gain 4 mana until your next turn, or make him a 6/6. So this deck struggles to draw to get deep into the deck, and so just getting 2 draws is crazy. Dropping this and then Tajic, Zozu, or Inferno is very strong. And then if you're just reading that they don't have a removal spell, making them a 12/12 to close the game is also really crazy. And then of course we're running the Portal to give us more legendaries. This could also be the Cradle that gives +2/+2, and or it might be Deep Forest that does it, gives +2/+2 and Ward to protect your legendaries. But I like the Portal because it just increases the deck's threat density, and those really grindy matchups you can just keep applying pressure over and over. But that's the deck profile. I've got 2 games, and thank you guys for watching. Alright, let's see if I can not get a million mirror matches. I think I had 5 or 6 yesterday, and I think I got them all except for 1. I've been seeing a lot of Kaya the last couple days. So maybe it's just going like underneath Drizzt enough of the time. The last one that I played against, I was going second and I got the bird and Zozu. And so I just dropped Zozu on my second turn and they just auto-scooped. And I felt kind of bad about it. Yeah, I'm going to keep this hand for show. Just beefy, hard to deal with creatures, and then a flying legendary. If I put this back, I just think I'd be extremely greedy for wanting something better than this.
Make your vow.
I'm sure there's an argument for putting one of these back, but I ain't doing it. Yeah, now we just have a fantastic curve. I'm going to drop the Tusker first because Pack of the Ill Omen will just answer it anyway. So if it trades with something, that's fine. I don't want to just play this. It trades and then they Omen. I say that, but now it's like they have this. It's just a lot of creatures early. Yeah, now I have to just because of this. If it wasn't for something with 3 power or attack, whatever it is in this game, I wouldn't have played the wolf. I would have played the Tusker, like I was saying. And I think seeing the Birds of Paradise one turn later is a little too slow. Like I don't want to go birds just to do this next turn. I think I do need to get like actual stats out. So it's gonna be like this, probably this, then this. Probably debating if they want to drop a 2-drop or if they want to summon the Quasit. Yeah.
It's yours to command.
I do want to target for the Quasit before this comes out, though. Yeah, so we're just taking that.
It has been an honor.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Nothing personal.
Okay. Let's... I'm not convinced that Tusker followed by this wouldn't just be better. Yeah, I like that more because it gives me more play with the giant growth versus this thing. So if they top deck Ill Omen and they just pop it on here now, I'm totally fine. I'm fine with that sequence of events.
Careful, they're sharp.
I'm just gonna ignore this forever because it'll kill itself in 2 turns, so... Yeah, don't care.
Now things get interesting.
Beat me up.
Not bad.
Now I could go Stoneforge and Giant Growth, which might just be better because it'll give me a bigger Inferno rather than just slamming Inferno. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that a lot. Oh no, I can't do both anyway. I still think this is correct. Relentless isn't bad. Flying isn't bad either. If I give it 3, then it still dies to the Quasit and Omen. Yeah, I think we just make it a flyer. That's what I think we do. If he doesn't block, then I'm going to assume that there's removal. Or he's going to block in anticipation of top decking Omen. And then all that's fine if that happens that way. I might even know that he's going to top deck the Omen and block anyway, just to incentivize him to go ahead and get rid of it over my Inferno. I don't know if you guys heard that net crack, but it was sweet. I feel like he's really wanting me to block now. So now it takes 4. I'm just gonna sack my bird, just so they don't get ticked closer. And then I will do this, and I'm completely fine with this getting omened. I might even go this into... Okay, that makes sense.
Nothing personal.
What is this at? 4? I think I'd rather just play this and draw twice.
These souls are mine.
So now I can block this 4/1 flyer and it'll take the omen. And I think that's worth it. Yeah, I think that's worth it. We were kind of hurting for cards, so I don't think making this a 12/12 and hoping they don't have Exile or Smite the Monstrous, something like that, is worth. I think it's just worth it to draw the 2 cards there. And giving myself 4 mana to play this, you know, it's fine, but I think drawing 2 cards is still better. So right now I feel like he's not faking me out. It's interesting. Okay. I need to play a trap. I don't think I played a trap this game. And get the full value out of the Tarmogoyf. Okay, so I really don't know why this didn't happen. I guess just because they didn't want to give this up. Oh, they want to hit it for 1. That's what they want to do. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So if I go Inferno, swing that many, like Inferno, and hold up a giant growth, that's probably it, right?
A competition? How amusing.
Yeah, I'll swing with this. I won't do this first because I don't want them to block. I want this to go for one of the blocks for here. So that's how we're gonna do this. This one to get it trample, right? Yeah.
Let's have some fun, shall we?
Okay, we're playing catch up a little bit here. I mean, I could also go this, but I really think this is the play. I think Giant Growth is the play. Yep. And I think I'm just gonna sack this rather than trying to, like, I don't want 2 1-power things that can just get pinged for 1, right? That's not what we want with our lives. Yeah, this is definitely the right course here. Yep. Not putting Inferno at 1, he's too valuable.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, now Tarmogoyf is 6/6. Yeah, bring on the Legendary Pain. Ooh. I like that. Okay. Nothing in my hand's gonna have haste or grow, so this works. Ooh, that's nice.
Delicious. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Okay, so I can play out all 3 of these creatures, or I could hold up a Giant Growth. Are all 3 creatures just the better way of playing? Because this will then become, well, it'll have 7, then 1, or however many for the Tiger as well. Yeah, I think I just play the hand out, right?
Have you met my friend?
Yeah, I think this is... I think this is the desired outcome. This also puts a ton of legendary creatures on the board, so even if they like foul and exile or something, I still have a legendary creature to continue proccing the kitty. So, I like this. Yeah, I don't think that's... I mean, I get they really, you know, can't do anything besides play it, but man, that's brutal. I'm giving this Tarmogoyf trample, so... But whatever I give trample to, they are just going to block with this. Unless they wanted to take out Pit with it. So it does give them, you know, some difficulty.
The sky, nothing personal.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Is it ever worth to just play... It's probably worth it to just play this, right?
Hold still.
And we're going to give trample to... Oh, this is +3/+3. So how do I do this optimally? Well, let's, you know, I'm just going to give my flyer the attack power, right? Makes sense. Let's give the one that's probably going to survive multiple battles trample. And then we can... do this. If I swing here and he blocks, then he loses one. He's got 3 left. I think it's just worth to swing with the Herald anyway. Ooh. Getting that's really sweet. Yeah. That's not the end of the world.
That's not good.
So now the armor's gonna block here. And I think he's just dead next turn to all the trample shenanigans and the flyer. I guess he's trying to figure out the best way of doing this. Okay, Herald did get something, which I was not expecting. Unless armor works with trample where the rollover doesn't go. I don't remember. Okay, it goes anyway. I don't know. I feel like armor should just stop it, considering that's not taking damage, and this makes the excess damage roll over. I'm using that now just in case there's some dumb way for them to remove it. Like drawing a card now versus next turn changes nothing. And I have 2 tramples and a flyer, so I think he's just dead. And he's just dead. So that was a really good showcase of why this deck is so strong. Just very powerful plays the whole game. Alright, let's see what we get for the next game. Liliana, okay. Again, if the relentless creatures come back, like if they get value off of Goliath or a rebirth, if they're splashing whites, then it can be very hard to grind with this deck. And I think that's the point. Like, it's trying to prey on Drizzt decks, right? Okay, I might be able to get there with this hand.
Time to put on a good show.
This might really be the thing that determines the game. And I'm going to try not to use my fragile mana gem so I can drop this as soon as possible. And I hope they just pass and they don't have the 1/1. Less pressure is good for me. They're splashing red. That is very interesting. Okay, I know what I said.
Stand back, everyone.
But I am gonna do this. And hopefully they don't just shock me. Like, I feel like that'd be pretty low impact splash though. I get so tilted when this happens to me. Yeah. And now I can make it legendary and start the whole thing, right? totally fine. And we'll see if they block or if they're saving it for the 3-2. Now hopefully they play something with 2 power and I can grudge match and keep my guy alive. Or I top deck a giant growth. Either one of those or the other shields up. Keep rookie alive as long as possible.
It's yours to command.
Ah, shucks.
Have you met my friend?
So now we just curve out. I don't think this is worth it. It's not worth it. I have a grudge match. I can get rid of it later, or I can just let 2 turns pass. Yeah, and that's the nightmare right there. I really wish this exiled something instead, but it doesn't. So sad. I could do this here and then swing out because it won't be able to block me. This is just sad. I have to do this first because I can't just path it either.
My army
Yeah, and I'm not swinging with this, and I'm not giving Quasit my wolf. So I'm just passing. So this is exactly what they want, where it just stalls me enough that they can get the extreme value out of all this stuff. See, now it's like they want me to block so they can bring it back to life. But I gotta get through it, I gotta get through it. It's not gonna help me to just let it hit me for 10, right? Yeah.
My army
Yep.
grows strong.
Goliath is just such an issue.
A competition? How amusing. Come in my shadow.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to make this work. I might go for making this a 12-12 and just seeing if I can get the damage in. Might be the only way to victory, even though it's unlikely. It's pretty scary to drop a 12-12 and just hope that Liliana doesn't have removal. Yep.
Insolence.
Yep.
Time to feed.
Ooh. My goodness. I have to keep this alive to answer this, so I can't block there. This can block this. Of course, I can't get my 6 mana. Man, nothing curves, right? I could... Yeah, I just have to wolf, and then I have to hold the path, because, well, no, it only comes back 1 stronger, so I can go ahead and path now. And then that does allow me to swing with my wolf.
army grows stronger.
And then this can eat up 2 blocks. Yeah, and then we're both just going to get into a legendary slugfest. I think Liliana is one of the best picks to deal with Drizzt. Oh god, why does it have to give him something like that? I have to block this one.
Incoming!
Yeah, that sealed the deal, man. Zozu's so crazy. Like, there was some wiggle room, but not anymore. Man, in 1 more mana, I could do really cool stuff with this.
These souls are mine.
So now I think I have to... Well, if I gave myself... Even if I gave myself 12-12, this would still not be good. So that doesn't help me actually. And drawing 2 cards is death, so I think I have to just...
Bargain is struck.
Man, Zozu is going to be huge. So I can like sack to Zozu. This can kill this, and then I can block here. In which case, it makes sense to just summon.
How amusing.
No, because this needs to sack to Zozu. Or this could sack to Zozu as well.
There's no time to dawdle.
Yeah.
Come to me, my shadow.
I have to sack one or the other one to Zozu, and I might be able to force a block with this. Even though if I was him, I would just take everything and then swing. Okay, so it took someone.
Face me, coward! No worthy death. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Okay, so this to here and this here, so I can mop up everything that exists currently. But if I don't top deck a creature, I lose to the attack of this creature, most likely. Okay. I don't know. See, now, just by blocking and staying alive, I go down to 2, which is the whole point of the card, I understand.
Let's have some fun, shall we?
Oh, dear. Okay. Whew. See if I can get a creature, right? Naturally. That was like the only point where I might have been able to turn it around.
The dead walk among us.
It could be goaded. It could be goaded. I
You will
mean,
be detained for questioning.
as far as stuff goes. Okay, now theirs could be goaded. Theirs was goaded.
My vengeance is upon.
Alright. Well, I don't feel bad about losing that one. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you tomorrow.